Frostborne, you awaken in your longtime family home. The city within the Gua tribe. It's very early in the morning. You can see out the window as the snow is coming down heavily. Today is your first day. You headed off to military boot camp. You're quite excited for this. For your father, been in the military his whole life, and you always wanted to follow in his footsteps. What are you doing?
I think I'd be hurriedly, getting myself ready out of enthusiasm for getting there on time or even earlier to make a good impression.
Of course. You quickly get ready. You set yourself some stuff aside for this morning. You hear your mother call down from downstairs. Breakfast is ready. Hurry on down before it gets cold.
Coming, mother!
Indeed.
I'll rush down the stairs.
You come running down these stairs into the kitchen. Okay, calm down there. I know you're excited for today, but no running in the house. Enjoy your food. She sets some bacon and eggs down in front of you. I think you only have a little bit before you have to get going. It's about an hour walk. You got about an hour and a half, so you have plenty of time.
Plenty of time to do what? I gotta get there early.
Yeah, sorry. You will get there. Okay, so the deadline is to be there. Let's say it's 1 in the morning. You're supposed to be there by 2:30. You've got an hour and a half to get there early, and it's only an hour walk. So you got a whole extra 30 minutes of time to play with after you're done eating.
What sort of things would the boot camp be training me for? Because if I kind of knew in that 30 minutes, I'd be going over them, so I don't let down the instructors.
Oh yes. You remember they gave you a bit of a manual. The first day is going to be introduction, basically. A little bit of an interview. And a bit of a nice obstacle course, as you've been told about. Rock wall climbing, that sort of thing.
I think that'll be stretching.
No, it would be more like an ice wall climb, but
Close enough.
It'll be harder.
All the more reason to stretch even more.
Exactly, okay.
Gotta be limber.
Yeah, so what sort of stretches are you going to be doing, Rime?
I'd say lunges, to your legs, all good. And some, I don't know, stretches. Something for my arms.
Yeah, maybe you could do a bit of arm swings. You're just sort of swing your arm around. Give me an athletics check, please. I'll let you do acrobatics as well. Why not?
Please let me do acrobatics.
Yeah.
Isn't that the 21?
A 21? Yeah, you're going through these stretches pretty fast. You're making sure to do some press-ups, some sit-ups, some burpees. You're basically getting your ready, and soon enough, it's time for you to leave. You want to get there early, after all. You don't want to miss it.
No, I don't.
And soon, you're out the door. You can wave goodbye to your mother, Teresa, and you can start making your way down through the city. The city itself is sort of surrounded by these very cool ice spires, and I mean cool as in both terms. They're freezing cold and they look pretty cool. But the whole city itself is made of both ice, which has been sort of fused together by any sort of water you can find around here, normally melting it by using big sort of cauldrons each day all around the city. It is kind of hard to wash things here, but you guys make it work as you're heading down the stones of the city. However, as you're heading to where you're supposed to be, you round the corner and you see a very familiar but unwelcome face. You see Tryon.
Sure.
Yeah, and unfortunately for you, he's honestly a bit of a rival to you. He's really gotten on your nerves occasionally. He's always trying to one-up you. And he's just standing nearby, talking with his friends. However, as you come around the corner, he seems to have spotted you. What are you doing?
I think I'll brag to him about how I'm going off to military boot camp, and you're going to be in the street.
Then feel free to roleplay that. As you sort of walk up to him.
When am I rolling?
Role-playing. So basically, instead of stating it to me, the DM, you state it in character.
Ah, let's see. What's his name?
Tryon.
Cyan. I'll go, well, Cyan. I'm off to the military academy to be trained as a proper war mage. And look at you, bullying with, you know, common folk. How does it feel to be worse?
You know, I'm going to get better than you. I'm going to actually lead my squad to victory. Like you, who's going to lead their squad to defeat.
We shall see.
Oh,
Rookie.
yes. He sort of gets up in your face. Indeed we will, Frostborne, or should I say Frostbat. He sort of sticks out his tongue and sort of goes back to sort of lackeys. We'll even. Come on. Sort of tips his head. And you see they make their way off through a different part of the city. Fortunately, it seems like he's chosen a different direction from you to get to his destination. So hopefully you won't run into him for a while.
I will continue onwards.
Yeah, you continue on through the city. You get a few waves from people you recognise, the shopkeeper, a few of the sort of basically trainers that you've had through the years, that your family sort of got for you, just to make sure you were as prepared as you could be for today. But you head along until eventually, yep, as Rime, you sort of make a couple more steps, and you're now at the front gates. They seem large, imposing, but you're not scared. You can feel yourself vibrating with excitement as you stand before the gates. So, Vera, you may continue.
Oh, yes. See a guard at the front of the gate. Okay, he waves you forward. Yes? State your business?
I'm here for training.
New recruit? Ah. Oh, of course. Okay. 1 second, please. You see he disappears behind his desk and rummages around through a pile of what looks like papers and ID cards. Name, please?
Rime Frostborne.
I'm Frostborne. Okay, my man. 1 second. He just writes their name out on this ID card. Passes it through a little slit. Okay. Yep, just go ahead over to that gate over there. Scan it in. Gate will open up for you.
Cool.
Good luck. And don't lose that. You'll get a little bit of trouble if you do. But don't worry about it. It'll just be hard for you to get back out of here.
I'll keep an eye on it then. And I'll head over to the gates.
Oh, yeah. You just see a... You see that this gate he's talking about just seems to be a large wall of ice. And the sign that there is a... Well, this little keycard he's given you is less of a keycard, more of a stone slate with a couple crystals in it. Yeah, just have your name right on it. But anyway, you see a glowing ice, really icy looking.
Crystal. Shard.
Yeah, honestly, yeah, we'll just go with shard, because what I was trying to describe is way harder to describe. Yeah, you see a shard.
Could I hold the card up to the shadow?
As you do, you see this wall of ice quickly melt away, leaving the path open for you.
I'll head through.
Yes, you walk through this, and about a minute later, this wall of ice reforms behind you over the course of about a minute. So, you are given instructions on where to go when you got here. All you have to do is go straight from the gates till you find the person you'll be meeting. You walk up to this large-looking ice building. It looks like a bit of a coliseum. That kind of design. And you see about 25 to 30 what you assume to be other new recruits standing around, waiting.
I think I'll just move over and just join the group. Waiting with them.
Alright. Yeah, you join the group. About 5 more minutes pass. You see your rival shows up about 5 minutes later. And a couple other people. There's about 35 people here now. You see everyone start to stand at attention as a couple of what you can assume to be military officers come walking towards you. All right, new recruits. Today is going to be your first day. Today we shall find out whether or not you are ready to commit yourself to the grand army here. First, he gestures ominously towards a... I guess I'll do a little aerial description for you, since you can kind of see all of this. It's a bit of an obstacle course they've set up for you. At the beginning of it, you see a large hole carved into the ice, with part of it is still frozen over, right? So they put a hole in the ice, and then there's another hole in the ice that you're supposed to climb through. There's a bit of a wall. And then, once you climb out of that, then you'll be climbing up a nice little ice wall they've, you assume, magically put there. And upon reaching the top of that, you will have to climb down the other side of it, and there is a bit more you can't see past that.
It's easy enough.
Indeed.
So, you, my friend, are pretty much standing at the ready at the sort of start of an obstacle course. And soon enough, you hear the trainer goes, "Well, if you're ready, 3, 2, 1, go!" And you hear this sort of big boom as he sort of slams these 2 blocks of ice together. What are you doing?
Going.
Yeah, you're off. And you're sort of rushing towards the swing portion. You do notice that there's a couple of different ways you can go about this. So, it is an obstacle course whilst in the water, so you could either try diving under this whole entire obstacle course, but that could be tricky. You could attempt to climb up onto the sort of top of these sort of ice poles they've got in here to avoid the water entirely, or you could just swim. Your choice.
I think, considering my stretches, I want to do the most acrobatic path possible. That's what I prepared for.
Okay, you have prepared for this, so I will give you advantage. How are you trying to get on top of these ice pillars? Sort of describe it.
So I think I'll just look for any, like, slight juttings in the ice that I can get my hands onto so I can climb up to the top.
Yeah, you give a bit of a look, and you find there's definitely a couple of little cracks in the ice which you might be able to get a hold on. But you can also see that it's more off to the side, so you could either try and sort of perhaps put yourself between 2 pillars and sort of shimmy your way up, or you could go for a bit of handholds and go on the sides.
I think I'll go for the handholds.
Yeah, give me an acrobatics check at advantage. As
Please don't fail me, dice.
Don't fail your dice.
Ooh, 22.
Whoa, let's go! Natural 19. And you go ahead, you focus, and this is what you've been training for, as you sort of rush ahead and just sort of fling yourself onto this pole, scrabbling at the ice and getting your hand in that handhold as you begin sort of hoisting yourself up using both your feet and your hands to push yourself to the top of this pillar. You can see your rival during this time he's been swimming off, trying to sort of get ahead of you, as you can sort of see these ice pillars in front of you as you sort of begin leaping between them. Anything you would like to do to sort of boost yourself and speed up?
I don't know. I'm going to try to boost my speed.
You could use any of your cantrips here. Or
Cantrips.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a no. My cantrips are. So all of my Strixhaven initiate stuff would come after my training.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got prestidigitation.
Yep, and yours got.
So nothing like. I'm not sure what I could do with that.
Get creative. If you want to do something creative, you may or may not be rewarded for what you come up with.
So could I? Was there any rules against shooting my rival with Red Frost to slow him down?
No, there wasn't any particular rules. It's just get to the end quicker than everyone else.
So could I shoot my stupid-ass rival to slow him down and show him who's boss?
Roll to hit, please.
Nat 20.
Nat 20, let's go! You just sort of quickly think over the rules to make sure exactly what's going on. How do you want to do this?
I think I'll try and do it as quickly as possible to not, slow my own momentum.
Yeah, you
just like a little click of the fingers. Screw that guy.
You just sort of click your fingers, speaking this command word for Ray of Frost, and out of nowhere this Ray of Frost just comes, just as this guy's taking a breath, hits him in the head, and you see he sinks for a moment before coming back up off the surface, sort of ice encrusting on his face, which he quickly brushes off. He sort of looks towards you, gives you a glare, and attempts to send a lightning bolt back at you. As you see this lightning bolt comes directly towards you, what are you doing? Because it does.
Trying to get to the next pillar.
Yeah? Are you going to try and get to the next pillar as your rival's shooting a lightning bolt back at you?
Yes.
Okay. No reactions, nothing?
Reactions?
Yeah.
Well, I'm assuming it's a save.
It is not a save, actually. It's just a 2-hit.
Oh. Well, would I have my War Mage features yet?
I would say so. Just go with it.
Okay, then I'll give myself 2 more AC with Arcane Deflection.
Yeah. You go ahead and sort of attempt to sort of deflect it using your arcane magic. Could you remind me what that feature does?
It's just as a reaction, give yourself +2 AC. And you.
Yeah. You
That's
grant
it.
yourself an extra sort of 2+ AC as you bring out your hand and just sort of glances lightning bolt, sending it flying off into the distance as you jump over to the next pillar, make a few more jumps, and just as you're jumping off this last pillar, give me an acrobatics check for fun.
Please don't fail me. Dice, I love you.
A 7.
7.
You fall off this ungracefully, land in the water, and have to sort of pull yourself up as you're sort of rushing on to the next obstacle, which is the ice wall climb. Everyone else seems to have picked up on the rules now, and there are now all sorts of blasts going on. Some people are sort of battling it out as they're trying to climb this ice wall. How are you going to attempt to climb this ice wall?
Use Ray of Frost to make handholds. Make because it's a blast of cold, can make the cold slightly expand certain parts of the wall.
Yeah, you might have to spend a bit of time doing that.
I think I'm limber enough. I'll just go right at it.
You're gonna go right at it? Let's go. Another acrobatics check, please.
That one,
That one, you realise that maybe this isn't as easy as it seems. You sort of attempt to climb this wall, but you just keep slipping, can't grab onto anything. And everyone is slowly managing to either catch up or they're starting to climb ahead of you. Even your rival, who just sort of just stare back at you. See you on the other side. Feels bad.
I'll shake my fist at him.
He just laughs in return as he's continuing to climb up the ice wall.
Okay, that's not good. I think I'll just give it another shot. They're ahead of me now, so there's no point wasting time trying to create footholds.
Yeah, go ahead. Give me another acrobatics, please.
Ooh, 21.
21. You sort of back up, take a bit of a running leap, and manage to finally get a grip on the ice as you begin pulling yourself up. However, as you're sort of climbing, you see this sort of very sheer overhang over this next portion of the sort of run. You are managing to sort of catch up now, though.
So, at the top of the ice wall, it curves outwards towards me.
Yes.
That's not good. Could I cast Magic Missile to try and break away a portion of the ice wall? Because it does force damage.
Sure.
Just shatter a spot for me to go through.
Yeah, sure. Roll damage, please, since it is an object that automatically fails. Without any saves, and also it's Magic Missile. So, yep. Just roll me down.
So that is 12 total damage.
Okay. 12 damage. You sort of blast into this with Magic Missile, starting to break off chunks of ice in a bit of a flurry. The top is more jagged now. You could spend a bit more time on it and keep make them more flatter, or you could attempt to now climb these sort of jagged, sort of outcroppings of ice.
Jagged would be more handholds, so I'll go for it now.
Yeah, you go ahead and try to attempt this. Give me another acrobatics check, please. At advantage.
22.
22. Again, you just sort of pull yourself up now with ease. As long as you have handholds, you reckon you could do most anything, especially with sort of climbing. But you manage to pull yourself over the edge, now sort of getting in front of competitors as you find yourself before a large set of ice pillars where you just sort of climb and jump across.
Okay. Do I have to climb and jump across?
Yeah, you can, but any particular way you want to do this? You've caught up to the majority of the pack now, I will mention. You can look behind you and sort of see several people are still trying to catch up. Others have sort of bowed out, realizing they cannot do it.
I think it'd waste time to, try and see who I'm better than. I'd rather keep pushing forward.
Yeah, you sort of go ahead and just pretty much push forward, not really attempting to really give yourself any more advantages. Give me another acrobatics check, please.
7.
7, you sort of leap towards the first pillar, and you just begin sliding. Your hands aren't getting any sort of good grip. And a grip as you're just sliding down this ice pillar towards the freezing and frigid water below. What would you like to do is just sliding down this pillar very fast. If you hit the bottom, it's likely you won't be able to catch up.
Okay. Could I... So I'll do this before I cast it. Could I cast Ice Knife, but just have the knife and try and drive it into the ice as a Titan's little way, and not make it explode?
Yeah, I'm gonna say give me an Arcana check to see if you manage it. Let's say DC
10.
10. Yeah, you attempt to do this, but your ice knife on your first attempt just shatters into pieces. but you get the feeling it could work.
I'll try it again.
Yep.
Please,
It-
dice. Hey, 21.
21. And with that, you manage to sort of shape your magic, allowing your ice knife to be more durable as you now stick it into the ice and begin climbing again. Give me another acrobatics check at advantage, please.
12.
12. Even with a 12, you are at least managing to drag yourself up. You could try and jump now to the next ice pillar, but it's going to be a lot harder. Or you can waste a bit more time and try dragging yourself up higher.
I'd rather completely do the test. Like, slowly but do it instead of trying to go fast and fail. I'll keep going to the top.
Yeah, you make sure you reach the top. And go on, give me another acrobatics check, please.
13.
13, you leap to the next pillar, sort of using your ice knife to stabilize yourself on it, and now you just sort of begin to shimmy around, leaping from pillar to pillar, until you just slide down the last pillar and make a sprint for the finish. Your rival is sort of just ahead of you, as you guys are both nearing this sort of finish line. What are you doing as you guys are racing?
I'm throwing my knife at him. I'm throwing it at him.
Roll a hit, please.
Net 20.
Nat 20! You really just like your rival, and you've hit every single attack against him with a Nat 20, as you just sort of bring back your ice knife that you made, and you just hurtle it at him full speed. He doesn't realise that he's too busy rushing for the end, as you just see this massive explosion of ice which knocks him off his feet to the floor, as you manage to beat him, and you just sort of lean out your arm for the finish line as you cross, and your rival sort of picks himself up and crosses right behind you. Severe, you may take it back over, if you wish.
I mean, you can continue if you'd like.
No, you can go. If you want. Or if you're a bit busy, I guess I'll keep going. So, Rime, you get to the end as your rival just sort of barely manages to just cross in time for the instructor calls it. Okay, that's enough. We'll send you your results back to see if you made it in. But other than that, good work, recruits. And he sort of gives a look over at all of you. Those who are remaining here, please make their way to the office. Single file line, please. As everyone starts sort of filing up into a line, and they head towards this office, which seems to have been overviewing this area. And Ryan, you're just standing in line at the moment. There's several other recruits that you don't know around you. What are you doing whilst you're waiting in line?
I think I'll try and stand, still and have attention to try and impress the instructors to see that I'm not fooling around
Yeah,
as much as I want to fool around.
Yeah, there's definitely a couple people who are fooling around a little bit, but soon enough, you're called in. Rime, Frostborne?
I'll rush over.
Yes, you quickly rush over into the office. This place is sort of all made of ice. Everything sort of glistens as you see a very sort of old military captain just sort of standing there at his desk with a bunch of sort of notes, sort of stone slabs and slates, books of the Nagua tribe. But you can stand there at attention as he sort of goes, state your full name, please.
Rime Frostborne, sir.
Good. You can see he starts sort of grinding in the characters for your name. Parents? They were
What are the names?
Atrisa and Zitois.
Teresa Frostborne and the Twilight Frostborne, sir.
What's your primary interest in joining the military?
Serving our people and eliminating the Sushian threat, sir.
Mm-hmm. And what speciality would you prefer to go into? In terms of divisions?
Out of character, what specialities do you mean? Like some classes?
So sort of like classes and stuff, sort of magic. You've got the magic division, you've got sort of the sword division, you've got sort of some of the divisions on defensive measures and all that. You've got some who are on runes. There's quite a few there.
Magic.
Magic?
Considering my, yeah. Sir.
I'm going to presume a war mage.
Yes, sir.
Sort of notes if you want it down. Thank you. You'll be hearing from us within the next few days on whether you pass the exam or not.
I understand.
He sort of gives you a salute.
I'll return it.
Yep. And he gestures you out the door.
I'll leave.
Yeah, yeah, you turn around and leave as you exit out a different door than you came in, and here you can see a bunch of the recruits you saw in the sort of obstacle course today all talking amongst themselves. There seems to be a bunch of different groups. You have your rival who is over a little bit further on, but there's a bunch of people you don't recognise, some you only barely recognise from seeing them around the town. But all in all, people from your tribe, your comrades, and likely who you're going to be serving with in the future.
Literally and metaphorically.
Indeed.
Because the city sounds so cold. Oh my god. Everything's made of ice.
Indeed. But, yeah, you're just currently just standing around. You are free to go and head back, or you're free to do something else. If there's anything you would like to do.
There's not a whole lot I want to do. I'm just too busy anticipating what my results would be.
Okay. Could you repeat that just title last bit?
Oh, I'm too busy thinking about, what my results will be. To, consider something else.
Of course. Then you just sort of, I guess, head back home. It's getting into sort of the later evening now by the time you begin to head back home. Soon you'll have to help your parents with sort of gathering more resources to hopefully heat up the next lot of hot water for the week. But yeah, you can see the sort of expanse. It's going from sort of this very dark color to an even darker shade, as it's just slowly becoming darker and darker. You have heard of the expanse before when you went to sort of some of the lessons the tribe holds for its youngsters. The expanse is mysterious. It sort of always has been. No one's been beyond Skyra after all. But rumor has it that the expanse is just pure magic. You're first learning some of your spells. That's where you learned them from. You learned by learning how to tap into the expanse, how to draw magic from it. It's mysterious.
I think, while remembering that, I'll just be standing still, staring up at it in blank awe, because it's very cool.
Yeah, it is. Well, staring up at it, just give me a perception check, please.
Oh no. 10.
A 10. The expanse just swirls and shifts as you watch it. It's just beautiful. And over this side of the world, you would just occasionally see just something more. As you're just sort of looking up, as you just see this brilliant aurora just sort of appears overhead, sparkling. A good sign, perhaps? Or perhaps Latu, the god of unyielding will, has blessed everyone on this day. Perhaps,
I'll have a quick prayer to Lachi.
yeah, sort of describe or sort of roleplay out how you're sort of giving this prayer.
Let's see. I don't know what kind of hand signals they'll do.
Just make some up, if you would like.
I think I'll, get, my middle finger and my index finger together, touch it to my heart, my forehead, and then up to the point of the sky,
Yeah.
and then move on.
You do that, pointing up to the sky. And you see, as you do that, as you sort of look around and see everyone else do that, the sort of light begins to fade. And you just feel just this hope. The hope that you'll pass your exams and soon you can join your brethren. But after seeing that, you make your way back home, open up the door. And yeah. What are you doing as you're coming through the door?
I think I'd greet my mother, even just call out if I can't see her.
Yeah.
Would my father be home?
You might, but remember that to speak in character, it's something you'll get used to here.
Yeah.
But so we're just going to try and train you a little bit to remember to actually speak in character.
Okay.
So yeah.
So I'll call out, Mom, I'm back. Is Dad home?
Yes. Your dad's out back getting some more of the wood to heat up some more water. If you could go assist him, please, that would be nice.
No worries. I'll rush over to my dad.
Yeah, you rush out the back door and head over to your dad who you see is just hauling sort of a big load of sort of wood with him. Ah, son, could you help me with this? Got a lot more to do.
Cool.
And you just can sort of look around, find a bit of wood, pick it up, and for the next while you just start helping out your father. So, son, how did it go? Did you...
Great.
Ah, that is good. Seems hopefully you'll be following in my footsteps soon. Keep in mind what I've told you. War may not be glamorous, but you are helping your tribe out the best you can. That's all you need to do. Keep your comrades safe. And victory will certainly be yours, and ours, as a tribe. Those suits won't know what's coming, my boy.
So this is taking place before or after they've attacked us?
So the suits have never really got along with the Naguar tribe, but some of the more brutal attacks past the fracturing are yet to occur.
Okay.
I've had a lot of disagreements and stuff, so you guys...
But I don't absolutely hate the guns yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay. So what happens now?
Yeah, you can ask your dad something, you could do something else, or you could just say that you're done for the day.
I'm done for the day.
Yeah.
I used all my spell slots. I'm knackered.
You're extremely tired and just... You don't really speak too much after helping your dad out with the wood. And you head inside, have a bit of sort of stew for dinner, made of sort of both polar bear and fish, with very few veggies. And after dinner, you head up to bed. Yeah, a few soft words as you're going to bed. Good night, son.
Good night, Dad. Or Mum, whichever one said it.
It was Dad. Remember, I'm off to go fight in a bit of a battle tomorrow. I'll see you in a week, if all goes well.
Make him pay, Dad.
Of course, we're gonna pay for attacking one of outskirt villages, those Sutians. But good night. And let Lashi bring your unyielding will as you sort of close the door behind him as you head to bed. How's the session been so far, Rime?
Very cool. A lot of the things you described have been spot on to how I imagined them when making the character and the backstory, which I do like how militaristic they are.
Yeah. And I believe Sophia's been prepping a little bit for the rest of the session, but yeah, any sort of notes you have for us too, of course. It was a little bit iffy since Sophia had to go for a few things, so we did have to do a bit of swaps, but what's your thoughts so far?
I'm surprised I passed the obstacle course. I wonder what would have happened if I failed.
Oh yeah, I probably would have done some more with that if you had failed.
But I'm the greatest, so I didn't.
Yeah. So there was definitely a possibility for you to fail there. And
I nearly did. It wasn't a possibility. It nearly happened.
I know, then I would have done something different. And your backstory may have changed slightly.
I would have brought shame to my father's name.
Yeah, you didn't get to see a couple lines of dialogue there, because if you did fail, there was a special line I had planned from your father.
But I'm too good at making proud.
Oh yes, you've definitely made me proud.
Yes, sorry about that, by the way. But I have been listening and taking notes.
We've been sitting in DC for about 1 hour and 14 minutes so far. That is any constellation.
I can't believe it's been that long already.
Anyway, Sophia, do you have the stuff ready for the next section? I think I'll leave that part to you since you've got the combat prepped.
Yes. Do you want to set up for the because you have, I think, a better idea of the exact setting of the Bloodfire Wars. I'd have to go back and look at those a little bit in detail.
Yeah.
But I can run the combat for you.
Okay. Yeah, that's all good. And the sort of time patch core that sort of passes, the years go by, you end up getting accepted into the magical division of the military and receive your training. picking up a whole heap of lightning magic and a few other techniques that will become a bit useful later. But with all this training, this combat training with sort of heavy crossbows, daggers, quarterstaffs, slings, anything that they can sort of get their hands on, thieves' tools, just in case you get captured by their enemies. Just general training, especially with sort of wearing armor and sort of using shields as well. You eventually get to a point where you become a skilled fighter, and you join the military as sort of a bit of a newbie, someone who's still in training but yet to see the atrocities of war. However, during your early years of service, you and your mother get some saddening news. Your father, Zutwa, has been killed in a battle with the Sut tribe, and by the time of the start of the fracturing, things began to pick up. And on the day of the fracturing, the skies did not light up like they normally do when it's time to start the day. They just stayed dark. And the whole world was shaking, quaking, rumbling and crumbling. And soon enough, this massive beam of light comes down near the sort of central island of Skyra at this time, hitting the mountaintops and sort of shedding this large beam of light that passes over everything. And you now feel like everything is floating for a brief second before everything settles down. As with this boom, you're thrown off your feet onto the ground and black out. When you awake, the whole world has changed. The islands are now all sort of broken, shattered apart into bits and pieces. Fortunately, it seems, the main island, from what you learn from the scouts, the tribe, the Nagua tribe is sent out, you hear that the island itself, or should you say islands now, is sort of split into 5 segments, which eventually get called the Upper Sky, the Lower Sky, Central Skyra, Lower Skyra, and Upper, not Lower Skyra, the Lower Dark and the Upper Dark.
What?
What was that?
The Lower Dark, is that like the Underdark? No, sorry. Continue.
Yeah, we don't exactly have names for them yet, so that's just kind of what I've called them for now. And eventually you guys hear word from the other tribes. You hear word from sort of the Azar and Ire tribe. They are no longer on the same island as you, but they've been sort of split off onto the sort of main island of Skyra, whilst the Azar tribe has sort of been split off to one of the side islands. And soon enough, after this event, you notice that the skies, they darken quicker than normal. The days are shorter, the dangerous nights where you cannot see a thing no longer. Things have become more dangerous since the fracturing. The fracturing being an event, and from what you can remember from history, at least the most recent event that's caused such a change around the world. Magic becoming almost that much harder for you to sort of grasp onto with your abilities, and with it sparked a massive war, with the fracturing finally being the thing that almost broke the ice, no pun intended, between the Sut and the Nagua tribe. And a bitter conflict erupted, plunging both your and the Sut's lands into sort of this turmoil. And luckily for the Nagua tribe, at least in the early days, the Sut could not fight back. You had such a strong and unyielding military that you were proud to be a part of. However, as things began to change around the world, the Potapathic Guild anti-magic faction began to rise, and the Magic Guild came up to sort of combat them. Things quickly went downhill, as now the Potapathic Guild sort of approaching the Sut tribe and offering them an alliance to take out the Nagua tribe, whose survival in the Winter Wastelands heavily depended on sort of harvesting this powerful magic and using it. It quickly erupted into a civil war, and quickly things began to get dangerous. Your hatred for the Sut tribe because of the death of your father was already bad, but now things got bloody, and now you're standing with your comrades, trying to defend the last sanctum in basically Allura, your hometown, the main major city of the Nagua tribe, as you guys stand at the ready on the battlements, as the Sut tribe comes over the hills on their sort of lizards, their sort of giant rocks, as they come to finally take out the Nagua tribe once and for all. What are you doing as you stand there with some of your comrades? Gillo, Cynthia, Rakar, Amon, even your rival Trian has joined you guys, all for common goal.
Kill the Sushians. What else?
Yeah. And as you sort of go above, what are you doing? You're sort of standing on these battlements as these guys are rushing forward. You've got quite a few resources still left, sort of pitchers of oil and all that. You've got sort of shards of ice to throw. It is a magic field after all, and throwing shards of ice pretty much almost smites the enemies with this strange light.
Okay, how far away are they?
They're quite far away. They're maybe about 100 feet away at the moment. They're steadily closing in.
I think we save the oil for when they get to the wall.
Yep. And what are you doing
So-
as they're sort of coming closer to you?
I think I'd just be preparing to strike.
Okay. Keep in mind with a sort of you sort of can read your action as they start.
Yes. I'll ready a knife. Sorry, a lightning knife. I'll ready a lightning knife.
Yeah, you sort of really sort of a sort of beam of lightning as a bunch of people rush forward, and you have already sort of risen up the ranks quite far. What are you doing as these ones finally step within your range?
Letting it loose.
Yeah.
Attacking them.
Roll to hit, please.
You see both
Come
of
on.
these, both your side and the enemy side has approached each other in formation as they have charged towards each other.
24 to hit.
24. That hits as you sort of, as you're standing on these battlements, you sort of throw your lightning knife towards them, and it strikes. Roll damage, please.
So I'll do 7 piercing damage, and the guy I hit and everyone in the 5-foot radius has to make a dex save.
Okay.
Alrighty then.
Oh, 14.
He fails, he succeeds. And that one succeeds as well. So the 4... Okay, yeah, roll damage. I believe Ice Knife is
Succeeds.
half damage.
Yeah, so 6 damage to those who fail, 3 damage to those who succeed.
Alrighty then. Open on the side. Okay. Go ahead, and you're going to see that the backline spouts. As your current gate, there seems to be about 20 archers that have posted up and are opening fire at the battlements. Does a 15 hit you?
No.
You see this arrow fly past your head, and you manage to duck under it as it flies over the wall behind you. You see the clashing of swords below you as they are trying to push through the gate that you guys are currently defending. But for now, they are being held at bay. You hear combat is roaring all around the town. You seem to be being attacked from every direction at once. What will you do?
Continue attacking. Stop the
All
threat.
right. Who do you want to attack? Do you want to attack the people who are currently bunched up near the gate, or you want to go for some of the archers off in the back line?
I think what I'll do is I'll cast Bless on me and my comrades.
All right. You got some fellow soldiers up on the battlements plinking arrows down. You want to cast it on them or some of the people below?
I think on the people up here, so we can get rid of the archers.
All right. Yeah. So you can cast what? Bless level 1, 3 people. So yourself and 2 others.
Yes.
Alrighty then. Any bonus actions or?
No.
Okay. You cast Bless on these 2 archers as they let loose their arrows, taking down a couple of the enemy archers. However, more of them seem to take their place. One sec. Alrighty then. You see that while you guys may be doing well up here, the battle below seems to be shifting in the enemy's favor. So you see a couple of your comrades start to go down. as one is pushed off into the waters below, with an arrow sticking out of his neck. It's a loud splash. He does not resurface. I assume does a 16 hit you? Is
No.
this next probably about all right. You do see one of your comrades right next to you has been hit twice with arrows.
Oh,
As they kind of slam into his chest. He falls backwards. He's bleeding heavily, but still barely alive. Luckily for him.
I will mention, by the way, Petrichor, you had an accidental extra free AC to your armor class, so it should be, if you've got mage armor on, it should be 10 plus your. Actually, is it 13? Sorry.
it is 13.
Yeah, it is 13. Sorry.
Yep.
I was just looking at something.
And I've accounted for the missing one spell slot from casting Mage Armor before the battle.
Okay, all good.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Sorry, just had to check that.
All good?
You do see that your allies have dropped a brazier of hot oil down on the enemies below. Seems to deter them for now, as a couple of them catch fire and begin screaming. However, a couple of them start running forwards in their blind state, unable to tell where they're going, as they run into your teammates, also catching them alight and spreading the fire onto the your allies below. Sorry.
Got it.
Your move.
My move. Can I try and pick
Indeed.
off some of these burning Sushians with a ray of lightning?
Of course, yes you can.
Does a 15 hit?
15? 15 hits, no, actually, 15 does not hit, unfortunately.
If they're blind, would I roll at advantage?
Indeed.
Oh, yes, you would, actually.
Does a
Okay.
18 hit?
18 beats it. Roll
Yes.
damage.
They take 4 lightning damage. And that's load.
4 lightning damage. That is enough to kill him.
Yes.
Send the bolt of lightning into him, and you see him just crumple to the ground. The next volley of arrows comes through, assuming you don't have anything else you want to do.
No, I've only got an action.
Okay. As you see more of your comrades start to fall around you.
You hear almost what seems to be a come from above. You hear the sort of almost beating of wings coming from the skies above.
Can I look up? See the source?
You turn around and look up, and above you see a group. It's not the Suit Tribe, it's not the Apotropathic Guild, that's for certain. You see this almost giant, sort of multicolored bird with sort of this very odd and very strange looking almost tail. And it's sort of flying above everything, followed by an almost series of ships. And if you want to have a look at what this sort of creature looks like, you can see it in general chat.
I'll look now. That sounds cool. Ooh, wow.
Yeah, you've never seen a creature like this before, as you hear this sort of battle cry as this group's going to come down and just descend onto this battlefield with you guys, aiding you guys.
Hell yeah.
However, it's going to take maybe just a little bit longer until they get here, as they're sort of
Oh.
driving down from above. So you're going to have to defend whilst you're waiting for what seems to be reinforcements from somewhere. Feel free to-
All right.
Yeah.
Does a ooh, okay. So a 21 hits you, yes.
Yes.
Okay then. Diddly do. Just closed my dice roller. How foolish of me. I'll just use D&D Beyond. It's okay. Indeed. Okay. Yeah, that's the only attack that hits you. You see 2 arrows flying at you. As one of them makes a direct hit into your shoulder, as you take 6 damage. 6 piercing damage.
Youch.
As you see another comrade of yours beside you also takes 2 bolts to the chest, and he falls to the ground, not moving. Blood pooling out of him. You hear from down below. Your allies are beginning to panic as they are losing the gates. Their formation has been broken as the enemies are starting to pour through the gates. You spot your rival down below. You're locked in combat with 3 of these enemy soldiers. He's been pushed away from the group. Everything is starting to descend into chaos. As one of your 2 archers that you cast Bless on is going to notch an arrow and fire it down below. And he lands an absolutely amazing headshot. Dealing... He just absolutely destroys one of the soldiers next to your rival. As this arrow sinks right into the side of his head, above his eye. What are you doing? It is now your turn.
How are the enemies formed? Like by the gate? I mean, like, how close together are they? Because I've got lightning fingers, so I can like try and take out a whole bunch at once.
Yeah, you do see they have started to get through the gate, but they're still really bunched up. They haven't had a chance to spread out yet.
Because what I'd like to do is, as a bonus action, use phase step and teleport to a place near them where I can hit like as many as possible with lightning fingers.
What does lightning fingers do again exactly?
It's a con save, and they just make 2d8 lightning damage in a 15-foot cone.
Ooh, okay. Yeah.
Very nice.
All right. Yeah, go ahead.
So how many can I hit at once with lightning fingers?
With a 15-foot cone? Oh, let's say. Well, how do you want to try to hit them? You want to try to hit them from the side? You want to teleport to the front lines and a gap in the formation? How do you want to do this?
Ooh, I think literally the option that kills the most. I don't care how strategic I end up, just as long as I can kill as many and help my brothers.
Ah, all right. So you're going to position as close as you can then.
Yes.
Hit as many as possible. All right then. Then from the front lines you go. And teleport down 30 feet below and get between 2 soldiers who just lost one of their companions and need to fill in their formation. I'm gonna make some con saves now.
Have fun. DC 14.
I'm gonna say what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. DC 14. What is your con bonus? Hello there. Your bonus to con is absolutely terrible. Oh my. Yeah. With a +2 bonus to Constitution, they all managed to fail. So I did not roll higher than an 8 on anything.
That's good. With my last remaining spell slot, I shall strike them all down.
The fear of God in them.
Wow. Okay. Or I can roll that. 5 damage.
5 damage. Yeah, you let out this blast of lightning as 3 of these soldiers fall to the ground, dead. And the ones that remain standing look like they're barely alive.
Good.
That. Unfortunately, though, even though you took out an extra 3 of them, 3 more come through the gates to take their place. Some of your allies are starting to lose faith. They can hold out until reinforcements arrive, but you only need to hold out for a little bit longer. Okay, I need to roll some attack rolls. This is the point where they're no longer pre-rolled. So I didn't get this far. Does a 19 hit you?
Use a reaction to cast Arcane Deflection, so the arrow does not hit me.
Does that help against melee attack from the guy in front
Yes,
of you?
it's just +2 attack. If AC.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, sweet. Sweet. So 19 misses then?
Yeah.
Yes. I have 20 AC.
Good. 20 AC. That's a lot of AC.
Tanky wizard.
Tanky wizard.
Tanky wizard.
You love a tanky wizard. Okay. So the second one does hit you. dealing minimum damage of
Oh,
4
thank
damage.
God. I have 4 hit points. Yee. Still going.
And why do I only roll good when it comes to hitting you?
It's like me the other day who just couldn't stop rolling natural 20s.
It's
Okay.
just,
Well, I
you know, the
haven't
way it
critted
is. God, if you crit me, I'm insta-dead. I'm like, you're gonna overkill and permanently kill me, and I die in my backstory.
Yeah, no. They're not attack. They're not, they're not directed at you. You do hear a cry. It seems another soldier behind you falls forward as he is taking a couple arrows. One to the neck and one to the chest. As he falls forward. You see your rival is still off behind you, defending for his life against these 2 soldiers. As you think next round, your reinforcements will arrive.
Good. We need them.
Indeed. Now, what would you like to do? You
Um,
are in formation with about 7 of your allies.
I've got
Standing
nothing
shoulder
but
to shoulder.
cantrips now.
Don't worry.
What sort of
You
enemies are nearby?
have just the 2 in front of you.
And they're within 5 feet?
One of them, yes.
Okay. So on that one, I'll cast Toll the Dead. Can you make a wisdom
Total
save?
a wisdom save. Of course. Does a 17... actually, no, it would be a 16. For a minute. Just a
I'm level
16.
2. I'm level 2. Yes.
Oh, yes. Okay. Oh. Oh, yes, I forgot. That's not a half damage thing. Okay.
Yeah.
He does make the save, unfortunately. Only a natural 17.
That's
Is
my
that
turn.
anything? Okay. Your rival, surprisingly, seems to be doing very well as I continue to have absolutely 0 luck at rolling that. Huh. Well, good thing those aren't targeted at you. I just rolled 3 natural 20s.
Oh my goodness.
gosh.
He had it. He had it coming.
Oh,
What an ass.
I
I
love
shouldn't
how
have said
anything
anything.
that's hit this rival has all been a natural 20, pretty much. Like, literally, Rime hit him with, like, both of his 2 attacks with natural 20s on this guy. And now you just have 3
Yeah.
nat 20s on him.
He's a magnet for bad luck.
Yeah, it's
He
Honestly,
apparently is!
He deserves it, though. He deserves it. I don't like him.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Yeah. Well, I have good news for you. One of these soldiers is going to try to hit you, and he absolutely fails. He slips on the combination of the ice and the oil that he walked through to get here, and just falls face first into one of his allies, also causing his ally to miss. Although apparently he misses anyway because he rolled a 2 and a 3. I'm having a great time today.
Yeah, sounds like it. Stick on my rival.
You're yeah, no, you're right. He falls to the ground.
Yeah.
He's surprisingly not instant dead, but he's pretty messed up.
But I believe
I
fortunately,
think it's time for you to take over here, Sparkle.
yeah, at this point, you've been fighting for your life. Everyone has. To keep all the civilians, the young children, safe. As you see this bird dives down from the ground, and suddenly a whole heap of fireballs ring out over the plain of ice, the large plain that sort of surrounds Eldra.
Just a bird carpet bomb the place.
Oh yeah, it's got riders on it, so like spellcasters who are just like firing down fireballs, firebolts, whatever they can
Hell
get their
yeah.
hands on. And things have now just started to take a turn. You can see now the Suit Tribe and the allies are panicking, now thrown into disarray. What are you doing as you see that pretty much the whole ranks are sort of dissolving as they're now fleeing from this sort of influx of these giant birds, spellcasters, and ships, flying ships, which are on their way to, and finally here to assist you guys. What are you doing?
I'd be cheering. We're saved.
Yeah.
And I'd also try and pick off any stragglers.
Okay. Give me a roll to hit. Feel free to actually make 2 actions this time. These guys are too busy running away to do much.
Well, that's a 2, so there goes my first action. My second is a 24.
A 24
Ooh.
hits as you manage to catch one of the stragglers free. One of his legs up just sort of slightly as this jolt of lightning goes through him, almost like paralyzing this guy. As you manage to deal enough damage that someone else is just able to take him out with sort of a stray blast of sort of a ray of frost from above. And now with the battle turned and all these cheers just ringing out, you feel victorious. There's many dead, but you think finally you have a chance to take back your home. In the days sort of following this, you end up getting promoted. You are slowly but surely becoming a bit of a general here, sort of taking on everything.
Hell yeah.
With your tribe, all together united as one, now with sort of the Magic Guild at your side. You are now finally on the attack. The skirmishes get more desperate. You finally managing to free several of the villages under the Suit and the Potchapathic Guild's control. You guys move on to attack the Suit tribe now, who's allied with the Potchapathic Guild. You attack village after village for about over 100 years. There's a lot going on, but eventually you're involved in another battle, the one soon known as the Frostfire Call, where the battle sort of got to its heat. So many died during this. And the Suit tribe was so close to the brink of defeat when suddenly a large aurora appeared and a giant snow waslet appeared, pretty much descending to assist as you see a giant fire phoenix on the side of the Suit tribe battling out with your own gods. As blood rains down from the skies, you're involved within this, killing so many yourself throughout the wars. You've seen so much pain, anger, death, destruction. And after this bloody and fiery battle, where blood, ice and flames engulfed the horizon, heralding the cataclysm, as you see the sort of, from this battle, the expanse grows dark. And for the next few weeks, it is all but a struggle for food, survival, as the expanse does not light up for quite some time. But eventually, you go back to fighting, till soon you come into a village. Once again, trying to capture it for the Gua tribe. This one's held by the Suit. There's not many guards, and if any that are here, you take out fees. That is when one of your blasts misses and hits a stray civilian. Just a little girl who falls down to the ground. Your allies take out the guard. As you, who were raised to the blood general, slowly walk over, and finally you realize the blood that's on your hands, Rime. You see this girl, younger than your sister that was just recently born. Your mother married another quite a while after your father's death. And you see this girl is just dead in front of you. She's maybe just a bit younger than your sister. This vile Adrian. What are you doing?
I think I'd slowly approach the child, like crouching lower to inspect her, to know if I've truly done what I think I've done.
Give me an investigation and a medicine check, please.
20 investigation and 22 medicine.
You quickly sort of check her over. You find on her just a small note which you can grab, and this tiny little charm. Little child's sort of charm, one probably given to her by appearance, but you... I said medicine, not nature, but I'll take the roll of 18 anyway, and just change it out for a medicine 1 for a 17. There?
17.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's all good.
Whoops.
And you just check her over. You see her lifeless eyes, the blood from her chest, the scorches of lightning across her body, her frail, limp Lottie. And you don't just fear the worst, you know the worst. I don't need to say it, because she's already dead. What do you do?
I'll like drop her onto the ground with shaky hands and like slowly stand up, like sort of hyperventilating the horror of what I've just done. I'll slowly turn my head and look around at like all the bodies, the people who me and my comrades have taken out, and I'll look down at my own hands, now covered in the blood of the girl.
Yeah, you look down at your hands. You just realised now that there's other blood on it, blood from everyone else you've killed, all the blood you've washed out for years, just sullying your hands. And every time you look left, you see your allies just make another kill, spilling more blood onto the floor, which covers the ground. Civilians dead, guards dead. You don't even remember why you're fighting anymore, or even how this war began. This war has been going on for so long. Over 100 years. You no longer know why you're a part of it. But all that matters is what you do now.
I run as fast as I can.
Take one look, and you just run. You run as far and as fast away as you possibly can. There's no turning back, there's no looking back, because otherwise you might just see all the destruction you've wrought by your own hands. You abandon everything you know. You can't deal with it anymore. You know that if you go back, you'll just be put through it all again. So you run like the wind. And that is where we shall end today's session.
Hell yeah. During that whole village bit, I had a huge grin on my face. That was great. Oh my god.
Yes, I do hope you enjoyed today's session. What was your favourite moment?
I liked the fight at the battlement because it truly felt desperate with all my people dying around me. Just desperately trying to hold on till the giant bird thing arrives. I did really like that, but the village, easily a highlight. That was so cool. Very, very well done.
Thank you. I've been practicing.
Yeah, you guys saved. You got saved from the extra traumatization. At least, you didn't die in your arms. It's lovely.
Yeah. No, just kill it from. Oh god, I'm glad I'm not melee. I'd be twice as traumatized. If I was a melee fighter, if I was a blade singer, oh my goodness.
And this is definitely a little bit different from being Saphira as well, Ryan, because it's the first time I'm DMing with sort of a co-DM, and it's also the actual first session, so you've actually got the first session out of everyone.
Yes. Superiority.
Indeed. This is also pretty weird for me because I don't know why, but it is.
Probably because me and Saphira haven't DM'd together before. We've always DM'd either on one side with the other as a player.
Now you're both god.
Yes.
You sure you're not going to try and overthrow the other?
Hopefully not.
Good.
No overthrowing. No plotting to overthrow.
Ah, yes. No plotting to overthrow. Very sad.
What if you just spontaneously overthrow? You're not plotting.
Suppose so. At that point. But yeah, it's definitely very different having a co-DM. It's the first time I've ever done this before. I'm normally always the only DM.
Yeah, we'll work on it. We'll talk about it after this.
Yeah.
Please be patient as we deal with this in a
Okay.
calm,
There we
collected
go.
manner. And no murder is committed at all.
Murder is bad. Yes.
We here at Astral Chaos do not condone the extermination of people who fail to meet expectations.